In a tense Russia, a warning from Archpriest Andrei Tkachev has ignited fears of religious conflict. Tkachev's sermon predicted that Russia's growing Muslim population could one day turn violently against Christians, invoking the specter of a holy war. His words struck a nerve, tapping into anxieties about shifting demographics and the erosion of traditional Russian identity. The Russian Orthodox Church, deeply influential, rarely sees such stark rhetoric from its leaders. Tkachev's message reframes economic and social issues as existential threats, fueling suspicion and division. By voicing these fears from the pulpit, he risks turning anxiety into self-fulfilling prophecy. The sermon's impact is national, challenging the fragile peace between Russia's Christian majority and its Muslim minority. This is more than a sermon, it's a warning that could shape Russia's future. To understand the uproar, consider Russia's complex religious landscape. While Orthodox Christianity dominates, Islam has deep roots, especially in regions like Tatarstan and Chechnya. Centuries of coexistence have not erased memories of conquest and conflict, nor the scars of recent wars in the Caucasus. Today, Russia's Muslim population is growing, fueled by higher birth rates and migration from Central Asia. This demographic shift unsettles nationalists, who see it as a threat to Russia's Christian identity. The Kremlin officially recognizes Islam as a traditional faith, but suspicion lingers. Economic migration and religious revival have created new tensions, making inflammatory rhetoric especially dangerous. Tkachev's warning resonates because it plays on old fears in a rapidly changing society. The risk that fear, not fact, will define the future of Russia's religious coexistence. President Putin champions Russia as a harmonious, multi-faith nation. He appears with religious leaders, touts interfaith unity, and courts Muslim support as vital to national stability. Yet the state tightly controls religious groups, cracking down on anything deemed extremist. Tkachev's sermon puts the Kremlin in a bind. His views echo nationalist currents, but public discord threatens the image of unity. Openly silencing him risks alienating Orthodox allies. Ignoring him risks stoking division. The likely response: quiet pressure on church leaders, public calls for harmony, and a careful balancing act behind the scenes. The government's challenge is to contain the fallout without exposing deeper fractures. In Russia, even sermons can become matters of state. Tkachev's warning lands in a society already strained by war, migration, and economic hardship. For some Russians, his words validate fears about cultural change and rising crime. For Muslim communities, they are a dangerous provocation, fueling suspicion and risking backlash. Moderate voices urge dialogue and integration, but struggle to be heard amid rising nationalism. Tensions are visible, disputes over mosques, hate speech online, and growing mistrust. If left unchecked, such rhetoric could radicalize both sides, eroding the fragile trust that holds society together. The threat of religious conflict, once unthinkable, now feels alarmingly plausible. Russia stands at a crossroads between fear and coexistence. Russia's internal strife has global consequences. As a nuclear power and key player in the Muslim world, instability in Russia could ripple across Eurasia, disrupt energy markets, and embolden extremists worldwide. A religious conflict would undermine Russia's credibility as a model of multi-faith coexistence and weaken its alliances. Tkachev's rhetoric feeds global narratives of a clash of civilizations, fueling extremism on all sides. The world is watching because Russia's struggle mirrors a broader challenge: managing diversity in an age of migration and nationalism. How Russia responds will shape not just its own future, but offer lessons for nations everywhere. The stakes are high, and the outcome is far from certain.